Hello everyone, it's Anna from Anna's Paper Creations, and in this video I will show you most of the tools I usually use that I get a lot of questions on, and also some other questions. So I hope this will be helpful so you can get your answer quick. I've been answering in videos before, but sometimes it goes a long time before I have the time to make the videos. So then I hope you will get your answer a bit quicker. And I will also, for new questions that I don't answer in this video, I will post on my blog, and I will link to it below. And there I will post all the new questions. So if they have been answered before, I will not post it, but if it's a new question, so I will post it. So look there if you need an answer for some things. So the first here I will show you the tools, and then I will answer some questions. So the first here I get some questions about what cutting tools I use, and this is from FUSSY. I have some different cutters I use for different things, but this is great for paper, and also if I need to score a bit or cut a bit in the middle of a chipboard here. So if I just have to measure here to here, and I can take this and score a line, and then I can use my craft knife after this, not scoring but the cutting line. So that's really helpful. And I also use this here, and it's a heavy duty cutter also from FUSSY. I'm not sure of the name of it, but it's new, and it can be fold out. And this also can cut a thinner chipboard. So this is about 1.2 millimeters. You can try if this goes here. I've just cut a bit thinner chipboard before. Yes, it did cut. So this is a great tool, and it's self-sharpening, so you don't have to change the blade. So it's a bit costly, but you save money when you don't have to buy new blades. And here I have some scoring tools. And this is a Martha Stewart one, and this is a score pal. And this has every 1/8 of an inch, and this also have a lot of 1/8 of an inch and 1/4 inch. So for the most I use this, but sometimes I need more, some other measurements. And also get some questions about paper tearing when you're scoring it. If you score it very hard and then fold over, the paper can tear a bit. Now it didn't do it, but sometimes it do. And then what I do, I score a line here, and I take a bit of a wet cloth and go over. Not too much wet, it's almost dry, but so you get a bit of water on. And when you fold it, then it won't tear so easy. And the chipboard I normally use is this is from AccuCut, and that's an American company. And this is really great, and it's black, and it's sturdy. So it says it's not for building up things, but I use it for that, and it's good. And then I use, this is 1.2 millimeter, and this is 1.9. And this I bought in Norway in big 1 meter sizes. And there you have to buy a lot. I bought 100 of each of them. So yeah, but you can maybe find this other places as well. I'm not sure where to find it, but I think online scrapbook stores has some different you can use. And also some of you wonder what paper I use for the base for my albums and backing for tags and so. And I normally use this Basil Basic paper. I'll give you a close up here if it will focus. And yeah, it's prismatics, and I think this papers are really good and they are strong and easy to fold. Then what scissors I use, and this is embroidery scissor from Kai, and I find this very good when I fussy cut, and I will also show you in the end of the video how to fussy cut. I got a lot of questions about that. I show in some of my videos, but not all of you see all of them, so I will show how to cut out and prepare the images. So that will be in the end of the video. And I also use this is a Scotch titanium non-stick scissor. So this is really good. I really need to clean my scissors now. And this is a Tim Holtz scissor, and this is easy to cut chipboard with. It cuts very great, and also some wire, and yeah, you can use it on metal as well if it's not too thick. And this I use for a bit larger fussy cutting, and also this one. And this is from Martha Stewart, and this is Fiskars. So they closes up like so, and this Martha Stewart has a very sharp tip here, so that's a great scissor. So but remember, the things I show you here is what I like to use. You must find out what you think are helpful or great to use. And now for the glues I'm using. This is the glue I used most, and also the multimatte. I will show you that. And it's Scotch Quick Dry Adhesive, and it's the same as Strong and Precise glue. So just has two different names. I don't know why. And here is the Claudine Helmut multimatte that I used to cover up my fussy cut with, and also glue them down with. And this Ranger also has a brand of this, and there are many different. So I just like to use this one. And if you need a glue that doesn't dry so quick, this really dries quick. So if you need to work with it a bit, then Arlene's Tacky Glue is great to use. And I use Glossy Accent, and this you can use for gluing down things, or you can use it on images, or yeah, anything. And they can stuck in the top here. So what I often do, I take a needle inside, like so. But remember, if you lay this down now, it can start to corrugate, and the glue doesn't look nice, so it has to be standing up, like so. And then you don't have to take this on, so it will stay open. And I also use Crackle Accent a lot. And this is also a very great glue. It's score tape, and this comes in different sizes. I use mostly the 1/4 inch. So when you take this on something, you can just rip it off and take it off. And this is a very strong glue. And I also use some pop dots, and I use from Stick It 3D foam, so black and white. And this Xeron, this I use when I use a Tyvek envelope for hinges and so, then I run the Tyvek envelopes inside here in strips and take them out, and then it's a glue on the back, and this is a strong glue. But you can also use a score tape or anything other strong glue you have. Just cut out some small pieces from the envelopes and glue on paper, and see what you find sticks the best. And the glue gun I use is Rapid Point, and it's a very fine point here, so you don't get a lot of glue out, and it's not so very hot either. You can burn yourself, but it's not the strongest or the hottest glue gun. And when I'm making albums and so, I like to position where I want the images, and then I use this and it's my stick, and it's a repositional glue. So if you take this on here and a little piece of paper like so, then it stays in place and you can take it off. So I find this very helpful. And yeah, the magnets. This is from Basic Grey, and these comes in different sizes, and these you can get in most online stores. And this I got from Super Magnets, and if you can see here, they are very tiny, and that's an European company, so I'm not sure they ship worldwide. And this and this largest comes with adhesive on, or yeah, some glue. And you can also find this on Etsy. Just type in strong magnets, and then if most of them doesn't have the glue on, and then you can take some score tape on here, and that's the same. And I use a lot of Lindy's sprays and shimmer mist, and yeah, and this Gotham Gold is what I use the most. So this you can get in a jar like this, or you can get it in a spray bottle. So I often open it and paint over my images to get them a bit vintage. So, and the distress inks I use is from Ranger, Tim Holtz. And this I think is really great. And this is not waterproof. So if you are going to use the multimatte on something and then take it over here, it can smear out. But if you use this first, then you can distress with this after. And also some clips I'm using. And this I got from a hardware store here in Norway. And I also got some from Velma. And she lives in the United States. And so I know you can get them all over. So these are really helpful when you are gluing down things to help it stay in place. So I use this a lot. And the craft knife, and this is X-Acto, I think. Yeah, knife. And I use them when I cut out the chipboard and need to form a different, yeah. And if I need to cut a thick chipboard like this, it can be hard in the machines, then I can use this Alpha ruler, is it? So the knife comes out and I use a ruler here. So then, just like so, to cut it out with. So it's a lot of work, but it works. And yeah, this ruler also used a lot, and it's from Tim Holtz. And here I placed some sanding things behind, so it won't slide so easy when you are going to cut, so it stays in place. And what I used to poke hole in things, I used this from Tim Holtz, but you can also use a thick sewing needle if you're going to put in brads or something. And if it's on chipboard, I use this drill here, like so. I find this really helpful. All ladies should have one of these, and also men. And here is a SIG writer, and this is waterproof. And this I use when I fussy cut and outline my pages. And yeah. Also get some questions about my camera and the remote control, and it's this one, and it's a Canon 307 camera I'm using. And now see what else. Some painting. This one is Claudine Helmut Studio semi-gloss acrylic paint. So this I use most in white and black. And then I use distress paints in different colors, and distress stains, and paint dabber, and this I think is very helpful. It has a dabber on the top and you just dab it on. So I love this one. So now for the questions. There has been some questions about if I can publish a supply list on my tutorials. And if you look in the first part of my mini albums tutorials, I show supplies list there. But I will try also to write a supplies list from now on. So please forgive me if I forget sometimes. And if I will make tutorials on projects that I showed on video that has been posted. And I always tell in my videos if there is a tutorial, and the other I didn't film when I made it. So and I only make one of each project, so then it will be no tutorials. Then there are some questions about how many of each paper I use. So I'm not sure. I try to use only one of each paper pad when I'm doing tutorials, and I haven't counted the leftovers. So I think it's more cheap to buy paper pads than loose sheets. So if you buy one of each paper pad, if you want to follow my tutorials, you can also buy just one of them and change a bit in the tutorial. You don't have to follow it precise. And then where to buy equipments. And most large online stores has the most used things, and you can also find it on Etsy and eBay, and you can also Google search for what you want, and then you will get many suggestions. So just try and find out on internet, and then I hope you will find what you are looking for. And if I sell my projects, and if I take custom orders, I haven't sold my project because it's so very high shipping here from Norway, so they will be so costly. It's a shame. Can't ship anything out of Norway. So, and if how I store them and what I do with them. And now my house is getting pretty filled up with things, so some of them I've stored away, and some of them I use, and some I put pictures in. And I also get many questions of from new scrapbookers if I can guide or help in writing. And as many of you probably know, I have problems with writing and reading, and it will take me many hours to write it down, so I'm sorry I can't do that. And then there are some questions where I got the ideas for projects, and when I get the papers I look at it and see what can be made out of it, and I usually start to fussy cut it all if I have the time, and then place it around and see what fun things you can make. And I also look around me and see if it's I made a telephone box. You can just look around and see what can be made. So it's a lot of fun things you can make out of chipboard. And some questions I get are answered in the video, so please watch all the videos, so then you can get answer to many of your questions. And if I don't tell in the video, please tell me where in the video, because I don't remember always what I've done for some months ago, and it takes time to look through the whole video, and not always understand the questions either. So sorry, my English is not so very good always. So just know the normal scrapbook words. So now I think I will take this out of the way and I will show you some fussy cutting. There was one more question I almost forgot to answer, and that is how to find videos. So if you are searching for a tutorial or a mini album, you can look on my channel, and there you find uploads and popular videos and playlists, and then you go to playlists and look for it there. And if you don't find it, you can also search on the top on the YouTube channel, and then you can place in, for example, place in time mini album and my channel name x_1. And if you are looking for someone else, you do the same. Example, you're looking for romance novel mini album and live art now, and then you will find the videos you're looking for. And if you are just looking for tutorials on anything you want to make, you just type that in the search box. And you can also type in scrapbook or scrapbooking, then it only the videos for scrapbooking will show up. So I hope you will find what you are looking for. Had several questions for different videos and how to find them. So I will show you how to cut out this. And usually when I cut out things, I cut around. It's more easy to work with. And I always start in the middle with things I want to cut out. And if there are intricate pieces here, I have had some questions if I take the multi-mat on first or after I cut out. And these pieces here inside here are very small, so it can tear. So usually I wouldn't do that on this, but I could do it just for showing. It can be a bit harder to cut out. So here is a small piece, and then I can take it both the sides, and also here is a small piece. So hope this dries fast. So I've zoomed in a bit here, so hopefully I managed to stay in frame here. So we can start with these small pieces here. I go from the outside and make a little snip, and then I take my scissor up in that hole we snipped. And I don't take the scissor long in, just a tiny bit. And then I move my paper around. So if I manage to make the film go faster, I will do that. I tried before and it was only pixels, but I got the faster internet now, so maybe it will work. And here I normally wouldn't cut over, but if you are unlucky and cut over here, it doesn't matter, because you glue it down with a multi-mat after, or if you put it on their page it won't show up. And if you don't want the color cut out here, you don't have to. And in some images you can just color in with your marker. So, but I think it creates more depth to it when you cut it out. But it's a bit of a work, so if you have the time to do it, it pays out. And if we miss up a bit here, it doesn't matter, because we're going to go around with a marker. So now we cut out the top, and yeah, here I took the multi-mat, and also here. So it's not so easy, I think, to see what I'm doing here because it's so tiny and small, but I think if I take it here, maybe you can see it. So now I don't see what I'm doing, but hopefully it works. So now we can go from the outside. I have to take it down a bit so I can see myself. So and I know there are many different scissors, and so for this fussy cutting out on the market, and maybe you can ask in your shop if you can try the scissor and see how it works. So some of you have told me you bought 4 scissors and they don't work for this, so just be sure it's very sharp in the end here, so that helps. It's also a bit of a practice to do this, so in the beginning it goes slow like this when I'm in camera, so but when you've done it sometimes it goes much faster. So here, as you see here, it can be difficult to cut it like these small pieces here, and then it helps with a multi-mat. And if you cut over here, you can always glue it back and use your marker here and no one will see it. Now this is the finished cutout, and we can take the marker around. And usually I take my marker around all my images except when I'm gluing it down on white paper, then I don't do it. So this also helps to get more depth in the image. So just outline it like so. And if we have cut a bit on the outside, this marker will cover it up. It's stormy outside here now, if you can hear it's blowing. So, and I go from the back side because if I go this way sometimes I miss up. See if I've done that here. Oh, but sometimes I get some strikes here and then it won't show up. So if you see here, it's a bit orange on the outside that I didn't manage to cut, but that we cover up with the marker, so then it won't show up. So now we've been around, so now going to see on the back side if we did forget something, and here it's white, so this one we forgot, so we'll take this also. So now this should be drying for a minute or two, but hopefully it will work before we take the multi-mat on. And you don't have to take the multi-mat on if you are gluing it down, but it helps not tearing if it's standing a bit out of the page or so. So I usually do the multi-mat on all my images that I cut out. And also get some questions if I use it on the pages as well, and normally I don't do that. So it's just if I have some many pockets that I cut out in the page that I glue on the album or card, that I need to do that. Now this is finished to be used, and then now we can ink it up if you like to. And you see also when we use this waterproof pen, it doesn't smear out. So if we had used not a waterproof pen, it would have smeared out here maybe. So now if you want to glue this down on a page, you can use your regular glue, but I find it helpful to glue it down with a multimatte when are small pieces. So then just when this is dried, I take one more coat here, and maybe I want to glue it all down, and then I take it down like so, and go over with my wet cloth to take it down. And if I want this to be a pocket, then I usually use this glue here, and just take it maybe on the sides and the bottom, and this doesn't glue so fast and because of the multimatte, so you need to hold it a bit, and then you create a pocket, so it can be used. And this is strong and won't tear, so easy. You can also dry this up with your heat tool, but be careful, it can start to bubble up, so leave it to dry if you have the time. And when you take the multimatte on both sides like I did, you can just place it up to something and it will dry. And you see I used my fingers, but you can also use a brush over here. It's just me that likes the feeling of it. So, and I don't have to wash my brush, I'm lazy. So I hope this was helpful and that you get some answers on your questions. And I wish you all a wonderful and creative day. Take care. Bye bye.